Hi, this is Juliet Yang Orfiano. Welcome to my video. Kung first time ka sa channel ko, please like, share, at mag-subscribe ka para ma-notify kita kapag may bago akong video. Ito yung continuation ng part 3 tungkol sa organization and formation of corporation. Kung saan i-discuss ko sa part 3 ang tungkol sa issuance of share capital. I-click mo lang sa taas o sa link sa baba ng video ito para mapanood mo yung part 3. Sa video ito, ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa issuance of no par but with stated value share capital. A share capital without par value but with stated value has a nominal value is stated in articles of incorporation but not on the face of the stock certificate. The same rules discussed in the issuance of share capital with a par value are applicable. The account share capital in excess of state value may be used instead of the account share premium or share capital in excess of par. Issuance for cash. A share capital may be sold for cash at its stated value, at more than a stated value, or less than stated value. If cash received is equal to stated value, cash is debited and share capital or unissued share capital is credited. If the share capital is sold or issued at more than its stated value, cash is debited for the amount received. Share capital or unissued share capital is credited at stated value, and paid in capital in excess of stated value is credited for the excess of cash received over stated value. If the share capital is sold or issued at less than its stated value, cash is debited for the amount received. Share capital or unissued share capital is credited at stated value and of cash received. Under the Corporation Code of the Philippines, however, the original issuance of share capital at a discount is not allowed. Therefore, problems involving discounts are used in the book for illustration purposes only. Illustrative Problem F. The Happy Corporation was organized on January 1st, 2008 and is authorized to issue 100,000 shares of 10 pesos stated value, ordinary share capital, and authorized to issue 100,000 shares of 10 pesos stated value, ordinary share capital. Subsequently, 25,000 shares were sold. Case 1. The issuance price is 10 pesos at stated value, debit cash for 250,000 pesos, credit ordinary share capital for 250,000 pesos. 25,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 250,000 pesos. Case number 2. The issuance price is 15 pesos above stated value. Debit cash for 375,000 pesos. Credit ordinary share capital for 250,000 pesos. Credit ordinary share capital in excess of stated value for 125,000 pesos. 25,000 shares times 15 pesos is equals to 375,000 pesos. 25,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 250,000 pesos. 25,000 shares times 5 pesos is equals to 125,000 pesos. Case 3. The issuance price is 8 pesos below stated value. Debit cash for 200,000 pesos. Debit discount on ordinary share capital for 50,000 pesos. Credit ordinary share capital for 250,000 pesos. 25,000 share times 8 pesos is equals to 200,000 pesos. 25,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 250,000 pesos. 25,000 shares times 2 pesos is equals to 50,000 pesos. If journal entry method is used instead of the memorandum entry method, an issued share capital will be credited instead of ordinary share capital. Issuance in excess for non-cash assets or property. When a share capital is issued in exchange for non-cash assets, the asset received is recorded at its fair market value, or the fair market value of the share capital issued, whichever is more clearly determinable. If no market value is known for both the assets received or the share capital issued, the asset should be appraised. However, the exchange should be recorded using the stated value of the share capital. Upon issuance of the share capital or an issued share capital is credited at stated value. The excess of the value assigned to the asset received over the stated value of the share capital issued is credited to share capital in excess of state value. Illustrative Problem G. The Happy Corporation issued 10,000 shares of its 10 pesos stated value ordinary shares capital in exchange for land. The entries to record the issuance of the share capital under the memorandum entry methods using 3 independent cases are as follows. Case 1. The land has a market value of 175,000 pesos. Debit land for 175,000 pesos, credit ordinary share capital for 100,000 pesos, credit ordinary share capital in excess of stated value, 75,000 pesos. 10,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 100,000 pesos. 175,000 pesos less 100,000 pesos is equals to 75,000 pesos. Case 2. The land has no known market value. The fair market value of the ordinary share capital on the date of exchange is 15 pesos. Debit land for 150,000 pesos, credit ordinary share capital for 100,000 pesos, and credit ordinary share capital in excess of its stated value for 50,000 pesos. 10,000 shares times 15 pesos is equals to 150,000 pesos. 10,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 100,000 pesos. 10,000 shares times 5 pesos is equals to 50,000 pesos. Case number 3. There is no known market value for both land and the ordinary share capital. Debit land for 100,000 pesos, credit ordinary share capital for 100,000 pesos. 10,000 share times 10 pesos is equals to 100,000 pesos. If the journal entry method is used instead of the memorandum entry method, an issued ordinary share capital should have been credited instead of ordinary share capital. Issuance in exchange for services rendered. When share capital is issued in exchange for services rendered, organization costs or pre-operating expenses is debited for the fair market value of the share capital issued. Share capital or unissued share capital is credited at par value. Share capital in excess of stated value or additional paid in capital is credited for any excess of the value assigned to organization costs or pre-operating expenses and the stated value of the share capital issued. The transaction will be measured using the stated value of the share capital. Illustrative Problem H. The Happy Corporation issued 1,000 shares of 10 pesos stated value ordinary share capital in payment for the services of the lawyer rendered during incorporation. Case 1. The service of the lawyer is valued at 25,000 pesos. Debit pre-operating expenses for 25,000 pesos. Credit ordinary share capital for 10,000 pesos. And credit ordinary share capital in excess of stated value, 15,000 pesos. 1,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 10,000 pesos. 25,000 pesos less 10,000 pesos is equals to 15,000 pesos. Case number 2. There is no known fair market value for the services of the lawyer. The fair market value of the ordinary share capital issued is 15 pesos per share. Debit pre-operating expenses for 15,000 pesos. Credit ordinary share capital for 10,000 pesos. And credit ordinary share capital in excess of stated value 5,000 pesos. 1,000 shares times 15 pesos is equals to 15,000 pesos. 1,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 10,000 pesos. 1,000 shares times 5 pesos is equals to 5,000 pesos. Case number 3. There is no known market value for both the services rendered and the ordinary share capital issued. Debit pre-operating expenses for 10,000 pesos and credit ordinary share capital for 10,000 pesos. 1,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 10,000 pesos. Sale of share capital on a subscription basis. The sale of stock with stated value on subscription basis is recorded in the sale manner as that of a stock with a par value, except for the account credited for the excess of the subscription price over the stated value of stock. The account share capital in excess of stated value is credited instead of share premium or additional paid-in capital or share capital in excess of par. Illustrative Problem 1. On June 3, 2008, the Happy Corporation received subscription for 5,000 shares of its 10 pesos stated value ordinary share capital at 15 pesos. A down payment of 25% was received and the balance was paid in full on July 4, 2008. The entries to record these transactions using the memorandum entry method are presented as follows. 2008, January 3, debit ordinary share capital subscription receivable for 75,000 pesos, credit ordinary share capital subscribed for 50,000 pesos, and credit ordinary share capital in excess of stated value for 25,000 pesos. 5,000 shares times 15 pesos is equals to 75,000 pesos. 5,000 shares times 10 pesos is equals to 50,000 pesos. 5,000 shares times 5 pesos is equals to 25,000 pesos. Another transaction in January 3, debit cash for 18,750 pesos, credit ordinary share capital subscription receivable for 18,750 pesos. 75,000 pesos times 75% is equals to 18,750. July 4, debit cash for 56,250, credit ordinary share capital subscription receivable for 56,250 pesos. 75,000 pesos times 75% is equals to 56,250. Another transaction for July 4, debit ordinary share capital subscribed for 50,000 pesos and credit ordinary share capital for 50,000 pesos. The entries on June 3 may be recorded in a compound entry. Thank you for watching my video. I hope nagustuhan mo at may natutunan ka sa video ito. Meron akong ginawang part 5 at continuation nito kung saan i-discuss ko ang tungkol sa issuance of no par, no stated value share capital. I-click mo lang sa taas o sa link sa baba ng video ito para mapanood mo yung part 5. Don't forget to like, share, at mag-subscribe ka sa channel ko para ma-notify kita kapag may bago akong video. Once again, this is Juliet, the Young Orfiano. See you on my next video.